Good evening. We have breaking news from Kyle, Texas that a powerful F4 tornado has caused widespread destruction.
That's right, Ella. The tornado touched down near the intersection of I-35 Center Street and specifically Lake Kyle Park. Eyewitnesses report that large trees were uprooted and park civilians were destroyed, all while many people were attending a local festival.
The tornado didn't stop there. As it continued its destructive path, it moved northwest into a highly populated neighborhood, severely affecting homes and businesses.
Yes, downtown Kyle has seen major damage to local businesses, including grocery stores and restaurants. Reports are coming in of multiple individuals trapped inside these establishments as the storm hit. Tragically, the tornado struck Kyle Elementary just as students were being dismissed. Major roof damage has left several individuals trapped inside the building.
We've just received an update from emergency services. They're currently on the scene working to rescue those trapped and assess the full extent of the damage.
Let's go to that spokesperson now for more details.
So far there are about 122 confirmed casualties and 37 injured, making this a level 4 incident. Our teams are doing everything possible to ensure the safety of those affected. However, we do urge everyone to stay indoors and avoid the areas as we assess the damage and carry out rescue operations.
Thank you, Alex. It's important for everyone in the area to remain vigilant. Authorities are urging residents to stay indoors and avoid the affected areas as emergency operations continue. The areas affected by the tornado are projected to not have power until further notice. Power lines were uprooted from the ground, and electric companies have stated that due to safety issues, they won't be able to fix the lines for at least another 48 hours.
Seton Medical Center in Hays County off of Kyle Parkway and Daisy Lane has stated that they have power from backup generators. They also have flashlights, power fail phones, and additional non-electrical medical equipment in case the generators fail.
Water sources and ice machines within the hospital are not available for use as they may be at risk for contaminations from damage to pipeline system. Local volunteers are on scene with bottled water for everyone.
If you need medical assistance, contact EMS as soon as possible, or if you are able to drive safely, there are alternative routes for you to take. We've received report that EMT routes have been changed due to I-35 being destroyed by the tornado. EMS vehicles will now be taking route on Liam Road and Burleson Street. We advise everyone to be aware of these transportation changes. Hi, I'm the incident commander. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page for the tornado coming up.
Okay.
What is your setup of the triage area? How do you set it up?
Yeah, we have designated rooms within the emergency department for each of the patients that should be coming in, and the charge nurse should be getting a report from the EMS soon, and then she'll be delegating those assignments to the nurses.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. And then what are your alternative methods of communication?
So if the power were to go out, we do have power fail phones or just via direct communication if you see somebody in the hallway needing something.
Okay. And how do you plan on getting additional personnel for the disaster?
So if we're needing additional personnel, we're going to be calling nearby outpatient hospitals or other hospitals just around the area, seeing if we can get some additional personnel in using power fail phones or some type of alert system.
Okay, and last thing, what are the evacuation routes within the facility?
So if we need to evacuate the facility itself, we do have emergency exits on each side of the hospital, and if the elevators aren't working, we can also use the stairwells. If we, for some reason, aren't able to get the patients out, we'll move them away from the windows and cover them up from the sheets, or with the sheets to protect them from broken glass or anything coming through the window, like debris.
Okay, sounds good.
What happened?
So there was like a tornado that like hit her, and then like I took this pool out, and like now she was like talking, but then she didn't like anymore.
She's got profuse bleeding. I'm gonna put a tourniquet to control the bleeding.
I'm gonna reposition her airway.
All right, bleeding stop.
She is breathing, but she does have some gurgling. I'm gonna tag her as rapid and take her to the hospital as soon as possible. Hello? Hello? Okay, she's not responding. Let me listen to her breath sounds. I'm not hearing any breath sounds. She's not breathing on her own.
I don't notice any signs of massive hemorrhage, but we're gonna tag her red.
Sir, are you okay?
It hurts.
Where does it hurt, sir?
Everywhere.
Everywhere?
Okay. Pulses. Okay, we'll
Yellow.
tag you yellow.
Oh, my arm is broken.
Sir, what happened?
I was chasing after my cat. I don't know where he is.
You lost your cat.
Did
I'm
you
sorry
fall?
to hear
Did
that.
you fall?
Yes,
Did you hit your head at all?
I fell. I think I broke my arm.
Did you hit your head at all?
No.
No, is that the only pain you have?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna keep this wrapped like this until we can get to the hospital, alright?
You.
He's a green.
Okay, are you okay? No. Okay, she has a good airway. She's breathing. My leg hurts.
I'll check the leg pulse. Does it hurt?
It does hurt. This one.
Oh, this one. I'm sorry. He's got a pedal pulse present.
Okay, I'll tag her yellow.
EMS to Seton Hayes ER for patient report. There are currently 5 patients en route to Seton Hayes, 2 red, 2 yellow, 1 green. Patient 1 is a 21-year-old female thrown by the tornado across a field. She is not responsive, ANO ×1 with a GCS of 10. Profuse bleeding from the wound on the right leg, face and nose covered with blood, gurgling sounds coming from the airway, BP 90/60, heart rate 120, respiratory rate 33, and SpO2 85%. Patient 2 is a 23-year-old female ejected from a motor vehicle. Patient has absent breath sounds on the right side, increased work of breathing, and an altered mental status. BP 100/65, heart rate 114, respiratory rate 32, and SpO2 84%. Patient 3 is a 25-year-old male in an MVC. Patient is alert and oriented and complaining of abdominal pain. Patient has abdominal distension and bruising across the lower abdomen. BP 115/70, heart rate 92, respiratory rate 16, and SpO2 95%. Patient 4 is a 22-year-old female found under a collapsed structure. Patient is alert and oriented. Crepitus palpated on the left femur. Left leg is warm pink and dorsal pulse is 2+. Patient cries in pain with palpation. Patient has a head laceration with bright red bleeding, BP 130/80, heart rate 98, respiratory rate 16, and SpO2 97%. Patient 5 is a 26-year-old male that tripped over a cat running to shelter. He has a fractured wrist. The extremity has a 2+ pulse and is pink and warm. Patient is ANO ×3 and complains of 5 out of 10 pain. He has small cuts on the forehead, BP 130/80, heart rate 89, respiratory rate 17, and SpO2 97%.
Okay, y'all, so we have 2 reds, 2 yellows, and 1 green. Patient 1 is gurgling blood and profuse bleeding from their leg. They're red. Go ahead and go to triage now. The other red has in regards, Alex, you're going to be with me with this patient. It's patient 2. Patient 3 is yellow, has a head laceration and profuse bleeding. That would be y'all's patient. Patient 4 has yellow, has severe abdominal pain. Patient 4, go ahead, yellow. And green just has a minor fracture, and this is patient 5, so y'all can head and go. Let's go.
Happened.
She had a pull on her leg. Some idiot in the field took it out. She's bleeding extensively.
How long did you turn it get been on?
15 minutes.
Okay.
What's going on? I'm calling the blood bank. She needs a transfusion. I'll get orders for that for cross match.
All right, I'm backing her right now. Her heart rate is 150, her blood pressure is 80/50, and her SpO2 is 79.
All right, I'm checking her for pain. She's not responding. I'm looking at her pupils. All right, she has a GCS of 6.
I'm calling RT. We need intubation.
She's going to the lab.
RT's here. Gonna intubate the patient.
You want me to start her on fluids?
Yes, go ahead. I'll put the orders in.
Patient's intubated. Good chest rise and fall.
Okay, we're gonna start in.
Okay, I'm going to listen to the red sounds real quick. I know absent breath sounds primarily on the right side. I'm going to feel little chest.
All right, let's get RT in here to intubate. I'm going to do a needle decompression.
Patient's vitals, hypotensive 100/64, SpO2 86%, respirations 32 per minute, heart rate 114.
Okay, I'm going to reevaluate.
I'm gonna get the fluid started.
Okay, breath sounds present back on the right side of the chest.
All right, let's get a CT and X-ray.
GCS 7.
Okay, get the fluids going.
Everybody, how are we doing?
Alright, so we have a 25-year-old male who is in an MVC. He's alert and oriented and complaining of 8 out of 10 abdominal pain. Patient has slight abdominal distension and bruising on the lower abdomen. BP 115/70, heart rate 96, respiratory rate 16, and SpO2 95.
Okay, let's get a bolus of saline going. We're going to want CDC, CMP, and type of cross match just in case we need to do any kind of blood transfusions. Let's go ahead and get 4 of morphine going for that pain, and we'll do CT of the abdomen to check for anything.
Alright, I'll monitor the vitals and get the consent for the CT.
Great, let me know if anything changes.
Alright, thank you.
I'm just gonna assess your dressing. Can you tell me your name? Natalie. And can you rate your performance? Natalie, do you know where you are? Ow! Yeah, I'm looking at the hospital. Do you know when you were born? August 28, 2001.
Yes, I'm your doctor. How are you feeling? What's going on here?
I have a 24-year-old female. She was found on the field with debris on her. She's been brains and like pain right now. Her vital signs are looking more bad. She's got plus 2 pulses. The thing right now is her pain. She has no black and the right's on her face.
Okay, I'll put in orders. We'll get an x-ray for that leg and a CT for the head. Let's go ahead and make some saline. And then I'll put in orders for some
So I understand that you broke your wrist. I'm going to check out your pulse a little bit. I need to put your document for me.
Look at your fingers in that cast.
Check out your hand below it. How do you feel? How's your pain? On a scale from 1 to 10.
It's about a 5.
5. We're working on some pain meds.
So the doctor has you scheduled for an x-ray here pretty soon so we can see the extent of damage, and the orthopedic surgeon is going to come in with those results. And we're going to set up a plan of care. Correct. Does that sound okay?